Hey guys, my name is Krista, and today I'm going to tell you guys about how there should be more sexual education, not just in schools, but in your communities as well, to help prevent teen pregnancy. So, to start off, how many of you guys like to go out on your weekends and just do whatever and stay up late at night and just have fun? I'm sure most of you guys do, even if you never use your hands. Probably because you guys don't have many responsibilities, unlike teenagers who have kids to take care of. I feel that most teenagers, from experience, like the ones I know, who have got pregnant unexpectedly, they don't know what it was like to be a teen parent. And I believe that teen pregnancy is actually a much bigger deal than everyone thinks it is, and there are hidden risks as well. So today, first I'm going to talk to you guys about pregnancy prevention, STDs, and reproduction knowledge. Secondly, we're going to say how to incorporate these concerns into your lives. And thirdly, the benefits that would happen if these were no longer problems. So first, let's start with pregnancy prevention. The Office of Adolescent Health says that teens were less likely to use contraceptives, which caused an increase in teen pregnancy rates in the U.S., which also made it the highest out of all countries, as this research shows. And that's the U.S. There are two methods of birth control: hormonal and barrier, and then lastly, you just refrain from it totally, which is called abstinence. So now let's take a look at STDs. The Office of Adolescent Health also states that 64% of U.S. High schools have provided access to information on products, services that are related to STDs, HIV, and pregnancy, which personally I think is a start. 1/4 of all STDs diagnosed were from teens, so that means that 4 in 10 teenagers have had an STD. And even though HIV rates are low among teens, more than 2/3 who are diagnosed are males. And that's what this picture is just all about, the STDs. Alright, so now we're going to talk about reproduction knowledge. So findyouthInfo.gov says that there are protective factors to appropriately implement prevention, and these ways are to have open communication about contraceptives, to have supportive and healthy family dynamics, to have positive attitude about abstaining contraceptives and even limiting your number of partners, or lastly, just to have STD, HIV, and pregnancy knowledge. So now we're going to see ways that we can incorporate these into our daily lives. Advocates for Youth suggest 3 ways to gain more education, and I agree with these ways. And these were to add more sexual health information into youth development groups, to encourage healthcare providers to be more youth-friendly, and to integrate HIV, STD, and pregnancy knowledge just into one service for more convenience. So hopefully these points have helped improve your knowledge and help you guys gain more access, which brings me to my final point. So there are significant social and personal benefits. Advocatesforyouth.org say that it would lower the economic, social, and cultural barriers that youth and organizations face, which would increase their expand and make their point reachable. So the more knowledge you guys have, the less problems there will be, and just to make contraceptives more accessible. So hopefully what I said so far makes you guys more aware and makes you guys more preventative. So to sum it all up, first we talked about pregnancy prevention methods, STDs, and the reproduction knowledge. Second, we talked about how to incorporate these into our lives, and lastly, we just talked about the benefits. So who knows if this will actually happen, but if you guys would, you guys can start making a difference, and that will help out. Ways to do this is just to talk to somebody, schools, religion, churches, groups, whatever, for a more knowledgeable program. You guys can find groups about these concerns, and you can propose your own ideas, or even these ideas to them, and hopefully they adopt it. And lastly, you guys can just write your healthcare providers for more accessible information on contraceptives and more knowledge in general. So thank you for your time. Hopefully you guys take this into consideration, and hopefully you guys help out too.